Alright, hello everybody. Uh, Sorry I haven't posted a video in a while. My real life's been pretty busy. A couple bad things, but mostly a lot of good things. Anyway, probably not going to be making gaming videos on this channel as much. I've decided to dive into an Arma 3 project. I've set up a Patreon page where you can get some more details if you have questions or something. You could leave a comment. I'd be happy to answer any questions. But yeah, so trying to make, I guess the big picture idea is something kind of like Grand Theft Auto Online in Arma 3, and what I've gotten so far is I've gone through and categorized basically every single different object that I think is going to be useful in any way, and so like all these different color codes and different shapes and stuff all mean different things, but it's not super huge deal. They're gonna tie into things like what kind of NPCs spawn and walk around. So like you might have tourists or something looking NPCs spawning at a hotel, and you might have a priest or something like that spawning at a cathedral, and then like these yellow ones I just had to categorize because they're like you can't actually spawn anything there, but yeah. So there's gonna be like the idea is to make like a living, breathing world at least as much as is possible in the Arma 3 engine. And I found some scripts that have given me some inspiration and some good ideas for ways of how to do that. So there's gonna so there's gonna be NPCs walking around. They're gonna be going places. It's gonna be dependent on the time of day, what kind of NPC they are. They're gonna be doing things like maybe they'll be walking to a store or something. Maybe they'll be walking somewhere and get a phone call. There's going to be cars driving around, going places. Yeah, and then once I get that stuff figured out, then the idea is to get sort of missions like, oh, you could be an Uber driver or something to make some money, or you could be help out the I can't remember the name, but the NGO on Tanoa, help them out with moving medical supplies around, or um, you know delivering medical goods to a remote location with a UAV, or maybe you want to start to become a civilian pilot. There's going to be missions and contacts you can make, and there will be sort of missions, mission trees that you can progress through. Right now, what you're looking at, this is a really cool script by Tinter. She has made a script that auto-populates, fortunately for Tanoa, not all of the buildings, but at least most of the buildings in Tanoa with furniture inside. And so my current task is to go through these furniture compositions and edit them a bit, change them a little bit, find the compositions or find the buildings where there are no furniture compositions and go and make some. And let's see, yeah. Then once we get the static furniture objects, working correctly, then it'll be on to making. First, it'll be just make NPCs populate areas correctly. Then then I'll start to give them pathing and routines and what's it called? Their finite state machine. Use that kind of stuff. Excuse me. Then we'll be populating with we'll be populating the roads with appropriate vehicles, right? So industrial areas will have more industrial vehicles going to and fro, but cities and other areas will occasionally have industrial vehicles, but mostly you'll be seeing civilian vehicles like jeeps and the hatchbacks and trucks and stuff like that. And then I also want to make it I've so that like parked or sorry, so that there will be cars occasionally parked on the side of the road near houses. And then if a building has an actual like dedicated carport or garage, then and if those are occupied by NPCs and they're not a player house, then those will be occupied by there'll be a chance that those will be, there will be a car that spawns inside the carport, and you could steal it or something like that. And, yeah, so just laying the groundwork now. This is sort of an update. Hopefully, I'll be able to put out at least, a little video like this every time I make some significant chunk of progress. But yeah, here's this map again. There's a lot of freaking objects on Tanoa. There's so many objects it slows down even my computer. All right, okay. That's I guess this is Thursday signing off. See you next update.